Hey guys, here we are. This is episode 27, I think, of Kobold Kingmaker. It's currently investigating the vanishing of Varnhold. As always, every single map that you see that we are playing on was created by me, and me alone, really. And if you want to check them out, check the Patreon, patreon.com/KoboldDM. With the ad out of the way, though, of course. Who wants to do the recap this week so we can get right into it?
I'm up for it.
Go for it.
All right, so right at the start, things were starting out somewhat calm last time, where we cleared out a barn somewhere in Varnhold that was infested with some bug swarms. Nothing we couldn't handle. And we decided to keep on journeying toward the fort, which seemed to be, we were seeing some smoke around it here and there. Well, it turned out to basically just be a bunch of Spriggan squatters with their bonfires and stuff who didn't really seem to know what happened to the people of Varnhold who had all vanished, nor did they appreciate our perceived intrusion. The main outcome, therefore, of our very fine diplomatic attempts was that we weren't shot. However, we did spot a bag of holding with the symbol of House Varn on one of them. Figured it would contain some further clues. So, all sneaky like, we gathered outside, and we had Yarmo sneak inside, while Giraffe and Kiba kept watch on the roof. Parenth and Gaz had stayed at ground level. Yarmos managed to get in and snatch that bag, but he raised the alarm. So Giraffe and Kiba went up to the top, went down a trapdoor to provide some aid, and but Yarmos had kept running downstairs. We fought some warriors. I as Kiba knocked one down, encouraged Giraffe to climb up. So we had a little mischief around there with fighting some things. Meanwhile, Parenth and Gaz tried to get into the building to assist, but they weren't able to reach them and had to withdraw. Yarmos made it down to the entrance, but was blocked by the Spriggan leader, who apparently was called a guy. What a name! And a couple of his men, as well as 5 giant wolverines. So when I realized that Yarmos was in front, I leapt off the building and enticed the wolverines to chase me to the far end of the fort, luring them away from the door and the exit gate. Gaz and Parenth leapt in to help Yarmos break free, and with the exit cleared, they escaped with some major wounds. Giraffe finished off the last of the guards on the roof, and then lit a pot of oil over the trap door that we went down before fleeing down the rope. So as we all fled to safety, we saw a fire starting to rage within. Spriggans had apparently run in to put it out, and then an explosion rocked the entire building, and we pretty much figured that it left no survivors whatsoever, except maybe the guy, like the animals that were outside. We looked through the bag of holding, and we only found some various pieces of magical equipment, which were pretty good, but it's like there's presumably Maegor Varn's sword and ring, and the looted contents of the treasury. But as we were wondering if this was all for nothing, Yarmos revealed that he swiped the torn pieces of a map. If we assemble them, maybe it'll lead to an important clue.
May so. So.
Which, important question, do you want this +2 room, Kiba? I'm all for letting you have it.
Of course I do.
Take it then. Take it.
Okay.
I don't want to look at it too much, or else I'm going to get greedy for it. Take
Yeah.
the next one, though.
A little bit more
Sweet.
value on Kiba since they have like one big weapon, usually. But yeah. As you guys step
Thank
away
you.
from the burning wreck that is Varn's, well, fort here, let's hope you don't, have to give it back to somebody at some point and explain
And the
what
burning
happened
wreck
there.
that is our pride.
You guys do start looking at that map. As you're sort of camping a little bit further away from the hill here, I'm going to move you guys out to the Greater Stolen Lands map, actually.
Let's get some distance before we take a rest.
It being certainly very late, you can't go too far. Of course, you can't go out.
Yeah,
to the
not like a
wilderness,
tile, but like
just enough away that any stragglers wouldn't be bothering you here.
Yeah.
Possibly back out to that numerous empty houses of Varnhold.
Mm-hmm. So, as you guys are getting your rest, do make sure to, maximize your health, do all of that. You're certainly not going to be bothered in the night after causing so much destruction here. But I will say though, Yarmus, as you're looking at this map, sort of trying to piece it together, anybody, or you probably would want to make a crafting check, but if you want anybody else's help, they can of course do a crafting check themselves to aid, or be the main
Right.
crafting check.
Sounds good.
I can aid with the crafting check.
Can only one person aid, I assume?
No, multiple people can, it just won't stack. So if one
Oh,
person
okay,
fails...
I'll
then,
aid
yeah.
then, because I have circumstance bonus to aiding checks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So with those checks there,
Nice.
sort of trying to figure out a little bit more and put together these pieces of map, as they had been ripped to shreds for some just destructive reason, you are able to piece together a bit more of the surroundings of you. Since you are in this region that should have been explored by these settlers, it seems like they've done their own exploration. That being said, you guys do discover certain key locations automatically thanks to this map around here. 1 second. That's there, and that is there. Okay. As you guys are looking at this map, first, it reveals every tile within 2 hexes of Varnhold. And as it goes upward to the northwest here, you notice that they've marked down what seems to be a drawing of a bridge of some sort, like a strand rope bridge. Actually, roll a perception check, anybody who wants to. Yeah, Yarmos, the way they're drawing it, it looks like it's actually a web bridge, like a bridge made out of spiderweb. They've marked in this hex here. So as I'm doing this, I want you guys, of course, to mark them down on the map yourselves,
Oh boy.
so you keep track of it.
So you said the spiderweb bridge is here?
Yep, right here.
Is somebody writing that or should I do it?
Go ahead, Thay. Little spiderweb bridge there.
Yeah, more spiders.
Seemingly, these are also marking locations that they haven't really been able to deal with. They know about these things, but their war with the centaurs probably took too much of their time. What I will tell you, though, is that there are other things like this Kiravoy bridge that they have marked here as their sort of main farmland. So the bridge sort of connects over that road there. That's their marking of that. Nothing up here. There is, as it goes out towards the east, sort of into the Dunsward area. This here is marked as the Spider Fields. They have sort of written down as a dangerous location in the region. Down here, there's nothing. And down, actually, to the southwest, as some of you guys, yeah, we can sort of like split this up so we can go a little bit faster, but down here to the west, on one of the tallest peaks that seems to be drawn on their map, seems to be marked as Talon Peak. Though there's not much more information than that. To the south, nothing there. Southeast, nothing there. Nothing here either. And it also marks that the southeast, like going down into these bluffs here, are the Nomen Heights, the territory of the centaurs in that direction. The final thing, though, is that here, on this hex, is something marked the blood furrows.
Oh, that sounds inviting.
Sounds very Lamash to adjacent.
Perhaps so. But for now, that's all they've really marked on their own maps. These separate things that they seem to have never dealt with. And, well, that's all it gives, though. Doesn't give any more information during your quest to figure out what exactly happened to them. More their current situation at the time of disappearing.
You would have thought them being here as long as they have, they would have explored just a little bit more.
Maybe they were, maybe they were not as skilled with that sort of thing as we are.
We're busy with the centaurs.
I mean,
There is that.
They definitely seem to have explored the entire mountain range, so you can't really fault them for that.
Suppose
They did a
that's
lot.
true. But where do we start?
Well, I see. Danger. 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 Potential nice view. Danger.
I mean,
We should probably actually check the farms. See if there's any people there.
probably that, and maybe also just check out to see if any of the spiders gobbled them up.
Does that mean we go across that spider bridge or to the spider fields?
Probably the fields.
Honestly, Talon Peak sounds like it's pretty nice.
Sounds like a place full of birds. Do you think maybe some birds went and snatched people up?
Oh, highly unlikely. Birds tend to be very small in comparison to people like you and me.
Honestly, Talon Peak probably is at a position where you could look into our kingdom probably for quite a ways.
Perhaps. They all lie before you. Wonder exactly what they could bring, all of them. You just have to decide.
Well, my first choice would be the farms.
Same here.
We should definitely follow in their footsteps, so to speak, to see if they found something that may have caused all this.
Well, there was that ring. It was a ring, wasn't it?
It was the jade pendant along the river.
A pendant.
And the farms are along the river.
I don't know why you guys mix it up so it's like pendant, bracelet. It's actually a jade bracelet.
Yeah, it's a bracelet.
Darn it! Darn it!
I think you guys have listed every
it's a
single
ring.
jewelry type.
Oh, wrist pendant.
It's a ring.
Wrist pendant.
If you're big
Ring.
enough, it's a ring.
But
Yes,
yeah.
let's check out the farms, and then we can go around and see if we can find some other clues.
So, as you guys head to the north along the roads out of Varnhold here, it seems like they just recently constructed this Kirafoy bridge here as you arrive at it. Seems of nice make, timber material, doesn't seem to have been destroyed in any way, just sits here, with the river flowing underneath it. The farms around, however, roll me your perception checks. Anybody who wants to go searching.
Sure.
I'll remain on
Yeah, I must-
scout duty.
Jarmus is sitting back. He's had enough scout duty for at least a month.
Arenth is actually going to focus his search in the river itself.
Sure. And as you guys do look around, you don't really see any sign of anybody. No sign of struggle, no sign of war or anything, except for the same signs you'd been seeing before. That they'd left during dinner time, that things are just left out, animals either slaughtered by predators without the protection or just died of starvation or thirst. Same situation, same story out here too.
So this was very widespread then, if it hit the farmers too, and not just the village. Well, that was kind of a bust, but it was to be expected, I suppose. Where
And
should we
yeah,
head
Not a
next?
waste of time.
nothing in the river either. Just normal, slow-flowing river.
Either the spider fields or the spiderweb bridge would be good to check.
Well, I'm not personally interested in spiders.
I'm not interested, but it could be worth investigating.
I imagine
Yeah.
there's rivers and stuff that are not visible on our map, correct?
Yeah, smaller streams.
Yeah, okay.
Do we have to go to spiders? I think something more, something like the blood furrows sounds much nicer.
Are you not at all curious about a natural spiderweb bridge of some sort?
Well, I don't want to get stuck on it. I suppose we could do some sightseeing, however. Provided that there's no corpses in it, it might actually be beautiful.
So which way? Into the mountains or into the fields?
I say mountains.
Let's check the bridge.
Alright. So, as you guys leave the river and the farms behind here, you're starting up into the mountains, which are not the easiest to traverse. It takes you the better part of the day going into the evening before you finally make it to that point on the map that is marked with that spiderweb bridge. And as you break through a few of the pine trees and other things around this area here, you do actually catch sight of what is explained on this map. It is just this massive bridge made of thick spider webs, hanging suspended between two crags on the mountainside here. It seems to be about 30 feet wide and hangs above a 50-foot deep chasm, the walls of which are riddled with shallow caves. The far side of the web bridge, though, has a single ledge that goes strangely nowhere, but upon it lays what appears to be a long-dead dwarf, clutching a glowing warhammer.
Part of me wants to say that either the Warhammer is cursed, or we're gonna have trouble crossing this bridge if we even want to.
Can this even be defined as a bridge? If spiders made it, I presume it's more of a trap.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Remarkable.
That dwarf
Is a bridge defined by its shape or its purpose?
generally the purpose. Is
Then
that
I
dwarf...
did-
Sorry, go ahead.
I declare this not a bridge, I'd say. That's my shaman knowledge of the day.
Very astute, thank you. Is this dwarf, like, are they fully skeletonized? Like they've been dead for a long time, probably?
Seems so. Very long time. But still has the form, the figure of one that's sort of like stout stature. A little rusted helmet at their side.
So, can I do any sort of check on these webs to see what might have made them?
Sure, yeah. You can roll me a nature check.
And can I make a perception check to like look down here to see if there's any sign of recent spider activity?
Recent spider activity. Sure, yeah. Roll me a survival check. Well, Giraffe, starting with you, looking down there, you do certainly see that those many furrows in the walls here also have bits of spiderweb sort of strewn inside of them and down in this chasm that's 50 feet below you. And it does seem like, well, this is the home of creatures active around here. And Parenth, judging by the size of it, something very big must have been making that bridge.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
Well, the people from Varnhold probably came here and wisely chose not to go across. But could be more useful information over there somehow.
It's certainly possible.
How high? What is the difference in height between the floor here and the cliff up here?
50 feet.
50 feet. Oh joy, that's a.
It's a nice drop.
Mhm. It would take two crit successes to get down there in 2 rounds. Or actions. We haven't done much
Oh.
climbing.
Spiders usually like see by vibrations in a web, don't they? So if we
Mm.
just vibrate the web a bit, so to speak, shouldn't we be able to like goad it out and maybe defeat it and then cross safely?
Thank you for volunteering.
Oh sure, yeah, I can volunteer.
Can't you just rocket jump over?
That's a bit too far even for my boosters, but I can just, get the spider to show.
Is it truly necessary to kill it?
Well, we can also just pacify it, quote unquote.
Yeah,
It
but-
is right next to Varnhold, and they didn't deal with it, so it must be not that aggressive compared to most monsters.
or maybe they were just smart enough not to mess with things they shouldn't be messing with.
So, guys, you sort of pull out this wind-up cart.
Oh no.
Yes, just the card, and he like sets it down and, well, lets it ride across the bridge, more or less.
Good
Okay.
move, parent.
So you sort of crank it up, and then sort of clunks its way down a little bit of a slope that goes towards that web bridge there. And as it makes it to it, and it sort of like hits it, it almost immediately gets stopped, caught in that sticky webbing. And as that occurs, just like you imagined, there is this chittering as these many-legged creatures, or rather strangely two-legged creatures, as some of you are able to see down there, sort of clamber out of these little cavernous holes here. And they look to be creatures that you've fought before, you've actually encountered before, these web lurkers, these humanoid spiderlings.
Oh,
Sort of look to each other.
This is fine.
And one of them speaks in Akla, which I think Yarmos has, right?
Yeah, I do.
What happened? What is that? Why, it's obvious they triggered it, but they aren't here. Where are they? I don't know.
They begin to bicker with each other.
Gaz just
For a bit.
looks on over to everyone else to let them decide if they want to get the drop on them or not.
You idiot, you should have put it in another spot. It's too obvious.
They keep bickering to each other, but it doesn't give you guys too much time to decide here.
Well, it sounds like they want to catch people in it. I think that makes them not the nicest folks.
I'm inclined to agree.
maybe they just need maybe they capture like animals. Then again, the dwarf over there speaks otherwise.
Am I fireballing them or not?
I'm not going to stop you.
Just
Underneath
fireball
the
them.
web bridge, a massive spider also clambers out, sort of hearing this
Maybe.
ruckus.
Fireball
You
it,
know what?
fireball it, fireball it.
Now I'm gonna fireball.
Okay, so, for the purpose of it, since they are bickering, they do have disadvantage on initiative. In fact, I will say they are just going to go last on initiative, but still roll your initiatives for me to make this easier.
What's disadvantage?
Well, like a disadvantage on initiative, not the disadvantage mechanically. Or misfortune would be the specific term in PO2. I'm gonna roll them, but since you guys are technically getting the drop on them, they will go behind you guys all.
Reminder that I have a +1 on everybody for the scouting.
Won't matter here though, because of the type of encounter we're starting here.
Indeed.
So, parent, as they're bickering amongst themselves,
We should just go up there and kill them. What are we standing here for?
you already have the opportunity, parent, to waft up this magic into your hands, so
Yeah, he conjures up this massive ball of fire and kind of just throws it down between the web.
okay.
Well, I can hit them all too.
down for me. I'll get there. There we go. And as this fireball careens down on them,
You idiot, get there.
you hear the eruption of it bursting into each of them. A lot of them taking not as much damage as you might expect from this. One even being able to throw themselves behind another as the others take this full blast of it. Not the most effective you've ever done.
All right, your guys' turns.
Giraffe, we're over to you. They're 50
legit.
feet down.
I assume touching. I'm gonna go here. Can I use an interact action to try to trigger the web without getting myself stuck in it?
Trigger the web. What do you
As
think?
in, like, strum a weapon across it. Maybe, like, even cutting it a little. It should say, hey, there's movement here.
Okay, yeah, I will say, roll me a survival check.
Public?
Yeah. Using your skills and ideas about these creatures, you are able to find the places where this bridge does seem like it was supposed to collapse if anybody were to step across it. You cut into that, and the bridge collapses on itself.
And I'm gonna use my last action to twin parry.
Okay. Weapons up as they're
Gonna wait for
scrambling
them to
down
come to
there.
me.
Yarmos, over to you.
You're almost gonna use one action to wait, they're 50, so they're 50 feet down. I'll go for it anyways. He's gonna use an action to lob a skunk bomb down it. Does it need to be a straight line?
No,
It
it
is
can, it can be arced. You're good.
Yeah, sounds good. Alright. He's gonna go ahead and target this fella with this skunk bomb.
Might be just a little bit loud, actually. There
Range penalty. Yep, there we go.
you go. Yeah, it'll automatically do it. So as you
Wonderful.
sling this
Good
off
convenient.
down into there and it splashes into them, they do take it, even with your range penalty. So let's just see
wonderful.
that damage as well. And they fail. So as they get a face full of the skunk bomb, they're gonna be like sputtering.
Go after them.
But they will be slowed and was it sickened, right? Yes. The other
Yeah,
one will have to
sickened.
make the check here with a
Wow,
bonus to
that's
theirs.
pretty good.
A splash. So they only succeed, but they're still sickened. Yes, this bomb is actually one of the best bombs out there. There's a reason you're using it all the time. 6 damage, and then 2 to the other one as it splashes into them, debilitating them that way.
Wonderful. You're almost going to
Slowed
use his...
while sickened?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just from a
That's
bomb.
insane.
Hermes is also going to use his second skunk bomb in his hands to make a map strike against this fella at the bottom here, alongside his compatriot. Their compatriot. His compatriot.
As you sling that one off, it will miss, sort of splashing next to them.
I'll attempt a reroll.
Okay. This time, still the same effect. Splashes next to them. They'll take the splash damage, of course.
That's fine.
There we go. And they'll both make the save. One does succeed enough to be critically succeeding, and the other does as well. Much less of a point-blank or on-shots bomb there. So,
That's a direct hit. Yarmo's is going to finish off by having his familiar valet to him his crossbow and a third skunk bomb. That's it for his turn.
okay. Kiba, over to you.
I'm gonna whistle and dance a jig for a little bit while readying an attack in case something comes within my reach.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get my let me get my inspired courage going.
Alrighty.
Aura on me. And I'm not going to be doing anything special with it. I'm basically just using this turn to investigate and see how they react, see if they're able to make it up to us or not, or if they're just target practice. So yeah.
Mhm.
If one of them comes within my 10-foot reach, I will attack.
Okay. Gas, going over to you.
Well, all reliable overdrive, raise shield, and probably reposition.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
let's see how that goes.
A critical success, in fact.
Excellent.
Charge up your gears, get everything going. As you've been able to do it a lot better recently. It's just easier. Your knowledge of your craft has improved so greatly.
Outscaling the standard DC.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
my turn.
as you guys are preparing here, waiting for their arrival, they're sort of shouting to each other in that strange chittering language that Aklo.
Stop! Go up there!
And they start cleaving those claws into the wall here, using their climbing speed to get up here in about 2 actions or so. And it would take all 3 actually to really approach Kiba, but they do so.
Oh, cool. I'll strike him then. Because
Mhm.
he was the first.
You make a good.
That's a crit. Yeah.
Okay.
He just
That's a good
runs
way to
into
start.
Just runs into your glaive.
Essentially,
Alright.
yes, and he dies from that. So
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well,
He-
goodbye to this poison.
he's just slaughtered by that quick sort of slash of the blade there. Drops to the floor.
Is poison on a weapon amplified on a crit?
No.
No.
Okay. I was just wondering why those weapons dice were green.
So I might as well follow up with that by just kind of tossing him over the edge, because I can move him 5 feet.
Oh yeah. So just throw him back.
Get him out of the way.
Well, it was his idea anyway. He deserved to die.
You hear from down there, but this bigger spider doesn't seem to care for the squabbling as it sort of passes by the falling bridge here quite easily, because it's a spider, of course. It clambers up quicker than the others, getting to here at the edge as its massive, sort of spindly legs, clear the edge here into you guys' line of sight. It's going to be able to make a strike, actually, with its fangs towards Gaz immediately.
Dear Siren Ray, how horrifying.
Though on this, it's actually going to miss. You see it coming, you're able to sort of like push away and duck from its fangs. That'll be its turn. Now these other ones. Likewise, will climb up after that one there. Takes 25, 50. They will be able to get here before actually needing to do anything else. Needing to use third action, I should say. So they do try to bite out towards Kiba, but Kiba, you've fought these before. You realize they might not be too much of a threat to you. Unless they start swarming around. This one over here certainly might try to. As it gets up here with 2 actions, sort of teetering on the edge a little bit, sort of hanging on with its claws, will make a fang strike at Giraffe as well. Missing once again, as you're easily able to deflect that attack. Finally, going over to this last one who's slowed, they're just going to make their way up. But that's going to be it as they
this
clamber to
is
the top.
Beautiful.
Which they're still actually... Are they slowed while they're sickened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're slowed until they remove their second.
Okay, so they're still stuck slowed there at the end of their turn. Parent, we go to you.
Do a recall knowledge on the big spider.
Mm-hmm.
Is it nature, I assume?
Oh, yes, it is nature. So, you recognize this as an ogre spider. They are just massive spiders that are known to be almost as big as elephants in some places. They are, well, strangely, pets, usually, of ogres or other nasty creatures. Seems to be a pet of these guys here. But what do you want to do with that information? What do you want to know specifically about it?
We can save.
We can save as this will.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Hideous Laughter on it.
I've heard of barking spiders before, but not laughing spiders.
It's going to succeed, actually, just preventing those reactions, but otherwise, sort of, you hear this strange chittering. You never imagined what a spider laughing would be like.
I'm sorry, everybody. You don't. Now you know what a spider sounds like. Okay. I'm done.
Alright, Giraffe.
I better take out the additional actors. I'm going to double slice this. I forgot what they're called already.
Web lurkers.
Web lurkers. I can't, not Etem, not. The art reminds me of a 5e enemy. Oh,
Yeah.
Then,
They're Eder caps. Kind of the
Eder
same
caps,
thing.
that's right. I was thinking Etem for some reason.
Slice out with a 3. It still hits.
You know, I saw it almost hit a 17, and I'm really disappointed.
Cleaving in there, and then it'll make its fortitude save as well. With that wyvern poison on it, natural 1 means it's going to be taking that 66, so with that, 26 extra poison damage is going to knock them very close to death as it suddenly sort of strikes them with that.
Well, it's a good thing that wasn't my last attack.
And that's a crit. Quick
I
slash.
really wanted a crit on the axe.
Poison burns into their body, and then a quick stab of the bloodthirst as you draw away their blood.
And that's my turn.
Make sure to give yourself 1d8 for the critical on the bloodthirst. Temporary
I
HP.
forgot about that, thank you.
Yarmus.
Alright. Yarmos is going to, first off, sling a second skunk bomb, but this time he's aiming directly for Big Spire's face.
Okay.
Left to also splash onto the web lurker at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
I can turn off the range penalty, right? Because they're no longer on.
Yes, they're right next to you.
down.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, a natural 20 will do it. Just think off the bomb.
Wonderful.
Large creature, very easy to strike straight into its face there. It sort of rears back with the trails of smoke and poison sort of coming off of it there. It'll take that 14. The other will take 2. And let's see that fortitude save on it. Which it rolls only a 7, which unfortunately is still a success.
Exactly a success.
But it still means
Still
they're
sickened.
sickened, which is incredibly good for even a success check there. The other one will make their fort save as well. This one, though, they will succeed, which means critical success because they're only
Critical, yeah.
splashed.
Oh well. Got still gonna follow up by trying to recall knowledge on this big spider
Mm-hmm.
once more.
Be in nature.
There we go.
You, unfortunately, aren't able to tell much more about them.
Well, that's fine. Garmus is then going to ready his crossbow to aid Kiba in his next strike against this web lurker down here. That's it for his turn.
Sounds good.
Crossbow bolt ready, Kiba?
I'm all for it. I maintain the song.
Mm-hmm. Continuing the inspiration for your allies.
There it goes. Okay, and I strike at the guy at the bottom, as instructed.
Mm-hmm.
It was the bottom one, right? Little dude?
Yeah, right there.
And I'll be aiding for this one.
You are able to help make them strike true. In fact, that's enough to make it a crit. As Yarma sort of
God.
clefts their shoulder with the crossbow bolt, they sort of turn and, well, that makes Kiba able to cleave into their side. But they don't seem to be so vulnerable as they're sort of able to come back and deflect it a little bit there. Not as much damage as you could have done.
That's cool. Crit specialization, I'll move it 5 feet southeast.
Okay. So they are going to try to grab an edge with their acrobatics check, or reflex save, rather. 23, they do grab this sort of simple ledge
Darn.
here, but they will be prone. Right there. So it's sort of like holding on while prone. Oop, we lost Giraffe. He'll be back. So, Kiba, anything else?
I currently have a burning effect on him for now, so I'm just gonna turn to the do a second strike on the big guy instead.
Mm-hmm. Swing out over towards it. That is going to hit as well because of the second effect. Yarmo's making both of
So
those
cool.
more effective. The second creature sort of was rearing back, able to get a good clean strike into his side there.
I love how my crit was about as strong as a single hit. It was a terrible crit.
Happens sometimes.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, I think that's you,
Yep, full turn.
Gaz.
The spider right up on his face. Gas is going to, well, beat it up.
Mm-hmm. Punching out with his arms. And yeah,
Fire punching.
critical. Punch again with the creature so distracted, crashes straight into its face, and there's that satisfying crunch as it's thrown back into the chasm, destroyed from that.
That was disappointing.
Gaz just looks kind of stunned at the sheer power he just applied to that poor spider.
Like, amazing job, Gaz. Good job. I'm not trying to underplay that, but I was expecting more out of the spider.
Yeah, I was expecting the same.
That's a good.
I'm feeling
act now.
joy.
Well, Gaz is gonna move over here, and he is going to map attack this guy.
Okay. 7 dots. That'll be a hit because of the second.
Wonderful.
Bash into this one. They take another 17 damage there. And as we go to their turns, they're going to immediately just shout,
Run, hide. Don't let them kill all of us.
they're just going to run. Both of them. Sort of scurrying into these sort of just cramped burrows here that seem to have, well, long tunnels, making it maybe very difficult to follow.
Am I able to make an opportunity attack?
Oh yeah. So they're trying to scurry away.
We're the good guys.
He
Cleaving
deserves
in
it.
for a crit, I believe there, yes. As they're trying
Hit
to
on
flee
a 12.
right into the back, they fall. Only one being able to really escape from you guys. But yeah, that's that encounter. Give yourselves 60 experience points.
That
More
brings
than I was
us up
expecting.
Mm-hmm.
60?
Yeah, just 60.
I did not expect to destroy that spider like that. Good grief.
Well, good job, Gaz.
Crit,
I mean,
crit.
hey,
Good job, everybody. Nobody even got hurt.
That's a new for us, actually. Usually most of the encounters end up with us getting completely mauled.
Well, the hurt's gonna come from trying to get across this now. Who's gonna go get that stuff?
look,
I'll do it.
I'm not. I was thinking, like, climb down one side, climb up the
This
other.
is
since-
trivial for me.
I'm not going
Okay,
to stop you, Kiba.
Climb up just one side.
You have to climb down, then climb up.
I can just jump.
Okay.
I mean, I can jump down. I'll have to climb up.
Alright, Kiba, you've got this. I believe in you.
Maybe you can also just try to do a long jump, and even if you fail, you're not gonna hurt yourself.
I don't think there's like 50-foot long.
I don't think it's
It
40.
just increases the DC.
I found, like, a
Yeah.
35-foot. Oh, no, that's 40.
Just about 40 feet chasm.
35, 40 feet. Yeah, that's a high DC, and you can't jump farther than your move speed. So,
Yeah.
Wait a minute, but I can have a 40 move speed.
Mhm. You would have to roll a DC 40 though.
You've got this. You
Yeah.
know,
For me, this is as simple as jump down, climb up. If I fall down while I'm trying to climb, I probably land cleanly anyway.
I'll
Show me
support
how to
you
do it.
from over here.
I personally think this is not that just sending one of us out again is a terrible idea given how it went last time, but
Okay, well, if they come at me, shoot them.
some lessons are better learned twice.
Exactly. I'll be fine. Don't worry about a thing. This is something I'm good at. Just watch. And I leap down to the chasm.
fluttering down, sort of gracefully landing there, a puff of that dust and gravel. Nothing comes out.
Kind of hop over these little rough patches and uneven spots. Look for a good spot to climb up.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the Leaper's Elixir doesn't actually make it easier to hit the DCs for jumping. That's disappointing.
Yeah. And yeah, roll me in athletics, Kiba.
There we go. I'm doing my usual thing where I'm like, which one of these is the proficiency button?
Yeah, the hand icon is
Right?
still a little bit away from what should be. I think it should be like something else.
Well, give us a specific example. What would be better?
I think a star.
Oh yeah, that would work.
Like-
Like you have 4 gold stars in this. That means
Yeah.
you're legendary.
Hmm.
Can I push Giraffe off the cliff?
You can try. Roll an
Can I
athletics check.
drag Parent down with me?
You can try.
Can I aid Parent in his check?
Okay, Parent, here you go.
You're up there.
You're gonna try to push me down. I'm gonna push him onto the spider webs.
Well, I
gross.
mean, we'll make it a contested check. So
So I turn my back to you all,
Come on,
so I don't
Parent.
witness any of this.
I don't see it.
yeah, parent, right?
Wait, what?
Parent, I'm pushing you into the spider webs.
Didn't you just cut those down?
So the ones that would break easily.
Roll me an athletics check, parent.
Can I actually aid him?
Yeah, you can.
You're killing me.
I'm really confused about why you're all doing this.
Very fair. I got you. Never mind.
This
Oh
one.
no.
Yeah, 5 on parent's roll. Parent. You end up falling over, but you can roll a reflex save to grab the edge if you want. Unless you want to just fall now. But you're able to grab onto the edge there with your claws.
I don't want to fall 50 feet.
Yeah.
Giraffe, what is wrong with you?
You said you were gonna push me off, so I just pushed you off.
I said that in my other character voice.
A little bit senile too. But Kiva, as you get over to this door,
All your character voices are senile. How am I supposed to tell the difference?
it is a glowing warhammer, and it is a true magical warhammer, a +1 striking one. There's also a grim trophy out of that skull of that dwarf that you could, well, pick up and take with you.
Something gives me the feeling that Giraffe might like this. I'll bring it with.
I'm only trained in. I need to double check my skills. I don't know if I've increased the skill proficiencies correctly.
You
Oh,
look right.
talismans.
You're good.
That's the first time we'll be using
Okay,
those.
okay.
Yeah, you grab them and keep it. You make it back to the other side just fine. No worries about anything else.
Yoop.
Wait, so is that like the dwarf's actual skull, or is that just the talisman they have on it?
No, it's the dwarf skull.
Huh.
That's quite grim.
Yeah.
Hey, Giraffe.
Yeah.
I brought you a present.
Why are you giving that to him? He just tried to kill me.
I did not. There was stuff to catch him. Thank you.
To remind you of your mortality.
This feels like desecration, but
I mean, it's Giraffe. He's already almost there, right?
I mean, he already pissed off one god. What's the problem of pissing off another?
You guys want to go through all those tunnels down there?
Nope.
All
Nope.
right.
not as like this. In retrospect, there probably weren't many clues about the current disappearing to be found from a probably decades-old body.
Any excuse to get treasure, okay?
An excuse to beat up some spiders.
But yeah.
Not a lot.
A nice hammer.
All the cats following us.
Nothing much else here, though. These guys exit. It's a bit more towards the end of the day, the end of the adventuring day at the very least, as the sun begins to fall. I assume you guys rest.
Yeah. Where do you guys want to go next? To that Talon Peak, or should we head towards the Blood Furrows?
They're both about the same distance when you disregard the terrain.
Well, I think we should go try to find the centaurs too afterwards. Either way.
Definitely afterwards.
Probably.
Well, now I'm interested in Talon Peak.
I have a question about my
Of course
staff.
the
Mhm.
Whenever I hit like the recharge button for it, it gives it 9 charges. Shouldn't it only have 4?
No, it's equal to your character level.
We're level 8.
Oh. I think maybe it's +1 for some reason. I trust the automation on that, so it should be fine.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Might be +1 for some reason. Either way. As you guys rest, recuperate, in this region, that's of course just fine to rest in since there were predators here. Nothing else is going to come around.
I love that ruling. There were predators here, so
Mm-hmm.
And no, they aren't.
Now we're the predators.
A new day arises.
You know, whenever I see spiders, I just have this irresistible urge that I need to fireball them.
That would be quite odd when you were a young boy and did not know how to cast Fireball.
There's produce flame too.
Yeah,
Anyways, shall we go to Talon Peak?
Oh yes, I'm all for this.
I guess so. No harm in it.
How difficult would it be to get there? Like, would it take like multiple days at this point?
It would take you the whole day. You would get there by nightfall.
That's not too bad then.
Okay, so the mountainous terrain is still like just normal.
I should probably
Well,
like look into getting rid of
It's
my
mountainous terrain.
beef.
It would take longer.
It is longer because you're not reconnoitering here.
Oh, I see.
So
I
if
see.
you were
Right,
if
right.
you were down in the south and reconnoitering, it would take you basically the whole day through one hex, right?
Let's go to the Talon Peak then and see why it's called Talon Peak.
Okay. So, as you guys are heading in that direction, you pass by the Varnhold Pass here, actually. It makes it a little bit easier to go through here. The river sort of like that flows out from the Varnhold Pass here. A small one, but notable enough to be put on a map. And then, me forgetting to wipe it clean and have some hills inside of it. But anyway, you guys do arrive at the outskirts of this much more tall area of the Tors of Levenies here, where the peaks sort of stretch into the sky, almost like claws, almost like talons, and the Talon Peak itself stretches the furthest and sort of the most narrow of all of the peaks around. At its top, it seems like something else juts up just a bit further than the snow-capped sort of usual tops of a peak here. Because it seems like there's a building up there. A stone building of some sort, but you can't quite tell from your position 300 feet down. As you made your way up some trails and little, hunting paths as far as you could go, but it seems like the rest of the way is a sheer cliff up to the top of Talon Peak, about 200 feet itself. It could be a deadly fall for some of you.
Would you like to investigate, Keeper?
Would I like to? Absolutely. However, this seems more like a situation where I probably shouldn't be alone up there.
Oh, we'll join you. I'm a pretty good climber.
That's very high.
You can catch us, right? Is that something you can do?
Parif, get a catching spell.
I don't have any catching spells.
Use your wings.
Surely there's something we've overlooked.
If you guys want to have a look around, roll perception.
If only I knew this fly spell.
I'm surprised you don't. But, as you guys are looking around, trying to find any other way up to the top here, it's strange that there really is none. There's no path. All the rest, all around it, is just sheer cliff face. Almost like sheared rock, as if at some point in the past, half the mountain fell away and became the land that you're now standing on. It's about 250 feet up.
I'm checking my spells for any hope.
Checking for all of my elixirs for any hope.
I have Master in Athletics.
I have blast boots.
Does it blast you 250 feet?
Can I wear Gaz as a jetpack?
No.
That's a rhetorical question. I don't think we should do that. It's just a funny thought.
Unless you want burnt fur, I mean.
Yeah, I don't. It's a terrible idea. A funny one, but a terrible one.
Well, I've got nothing to help with this. Unless we get a really long rope, I don't really foresee me being able to climb that.
My rope was incinerated.
I think I have some. Yeah, I have some. I have 50 feet.
I've got strawberry
Boy.
milk that can make you better at climbing.
You have.
I have questions.
I don't know how to display it in chat because I'm pressing the button. It's not displaying in chat.
Has to be in your inventory, not in the crafting section.
Right, I forgot about that. Horrible.
If we're going to attempt this, it would be unwise to do it without any kind of proper climbing gear.
The winds whip around you. It's certainly cold up here. Probably colder up there.
Oh, if only we had our 3 archetypes, I would be able to, I think, pull out some one-time climbing gear, I think.
Did we see anything in Varnhold that was like climbing gear in like that ranger's shack?
There certainly was, but nobody in particular picked anything up or wanted sort of anything at that point.
Yeah, climbing gear would be good.
2 tiles away, and if that's no good, Scaleport's 5 tiles away.
I could always go learn the fly spell.
You could always use your wings. You know, I've never seen you fly.
I'm sorry.
When's the last time you flew?
Anyways,
Change the topic.
So you guys abandoning this?
We
think
should,
we have to.
until we can come back with climbing gear.
Yeah, we could definitely save this for later.
Do you want to go to Varnhold, and if you say you found some in Varnhold, do you want to do that now and then come straight here? Or do you want to do something else first?
we might as well just go back and come back and do it.
I'm up for that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
For the
Okay.
sake of brevity, since you guys are close to Varnhold Pass, you can make your way back down to that, and that's safe enough to rest at for the night. Over the night, of course, nothing comes along. You make it back to Varnhold, and we'll say you make it back to Talon Peak by evening time, the next day after that. Let me make sure I'm actually marking these days out. 1, 2, 3.
Up and down, up and down.
Alright, we can finally use Follow the Expert for climbing.
Oh yeah, cool. Oh, actually, yeah, you guys should use that on me because I have. Oh shoot. I actually don't think that pack. It's not called pack tactics. It's called something else. Pack hunter. Oh, it's only to aid or to be aided,
Yeah.
not to lead. Darn, that would have been cool.
As you guys get back to town there, Willis Gunderson's house still sort of ransacked a little bit, and the rest of the town's just sitting here derelict. You grab his climbing gear and plenty of rope as you make it back to Talon Peak. You have the rope, you have the pythons, you have everything you need. Just needs to be someone to lead this little project here.
So how does Follow the Expert actually work?
I'll lead.
Essentially, it just gives you a bonus equal to your level plus their proficiency. So you're level 8.
I'm a master in athletics, so follow me.
Yeah. And with his proficiency being master, it adds... Actually, no, it's just their proficiency modifier anyway, but you don't have to complicate it with the other stuff. So it's plus 14 to your check. Is it? Yeah, I think so. I'll have to check that. 1 second.
You know, taking a step out of the abstraction of the game, I really don't like how, like, there's a 20% chance for your climbing gear to fail. Like, that's a really high percentage of failure percentage.
Yeah, I mean, that's the base one. There's a different climbing kit that's like extreme climbing kit. I think is more resilient.
Oh, okay, that's good. But, like, just, like, from my actual rock climbing experience, that is, like, terrible.
Oh, yeah. So, here it is. You add your level as a proficiency bonus, so 8, and then you add plus 3 because they are master. So you guys are at plus 11
Gotcha.
for this check.
You almost drink some strawberry milk to get +1.
Gaz doesn't follow the expert and just climbs on his own accord.
Okay. With Giraffe leading, he's doing a pretty good job of it. Gaz going right as well,
nice.
using his sort of gear, mining gear and stuff to anchor himself against the wall quite easily. But now the rest of you have to follow the experts.
So, okay, quick question. How long would it take to get up this cliff?
We're not making checks repeatedly. This is just check for the 250 feet, which would take you the better part of an hour.
I was going to be smart and use shrink on parents so we could just ride with somebody, but that's not going to happen.
Won't take too long.
I'm gonna attempt to re-roll that with the hero point we just got.
Sure. Or for something a little bit better, to sort of steel yourself trying to get up here. I want to see everyone else's rolls.
1 second, I'm making it work. So plus 11, you said?
Yep. You just roll and we'll add plus 11 after whatever.
11.
There we go.
Okay, I'm satisfied with that.
Parents is doing fine. He's sort of getting his claws dug into it, using the climbing rope to help along. Everyone does well. Except for Yarmos. As Yarmos is making his way halfway up, he begins to lose his strength and finds himself falling. And let me look at the climbing kit again. Allow you to attach yourself, but letting you attempt a DC 5 whenever you critically fail to prevent a fall. Alright, so roll me a reflex save, Yarmos, as you try to grab a ledge here.
Wonderful.
Wind's whipping around you. You're able to... Oh, wait, well, that's the flat check there.
I did not mean to do that roll.
That's
Sorry
fine.
about that.
Oops.
Yarmos, unfortunately, you're not able to grab a ledge either here. Your claws scrabble against the stone, but you're now in free fall. Now I do want to see that DC 5 flat check from the climbing kit, as you're sort of lashed onto your
Alright.
allies. Let's see if it does its job. It does succeed. As climbing kits or the ropes and pythons sort of latch into the stone and prevent you from falling any further, it's quite the fright, as you would have been in a world of hurt falling from this height here, hundreds of feet up from any stone below you.
Huge damage rolls.
But you're able to hold on and sort of get back to climbing. With the rest of your allies to support here and them doing quite well, you guys eventually do make it to the top. So we're gonna actually move over to a new scene.
Oh, scary. You alright, Yarmos?
No.
Come
for
on.
s-
Do I
someone-
have enough carry capacity to carry Yarmos on my back?
Not with everything else he's carrying as well.
Oh, okay.
No,
Uh,
with you being a cave dweller, shouldn't you be good at this
Wait.
kind of stuff?
I have hefty
No.
hauler.
our caves were very level.
That was invigorating.
Despite the failure, he's still able to get up with the rest of you, Giraffe.
Oh yeah, I know he is, but just for future reference, I do have hefty hauler. Would that make a difference or no?
It would make you still slow.
Oh, okay. So doable if we need to climb, but not preferred.
I mean,
If
like
you
Yarmos
absolutely
could
need
just
to, yeah.
like we could do inventory to reduce the bulk if we really wanted to.
Just
Oh,
make
yeah.
it-
I still have the disease from last session, 2 sessions ago.
roll me a
Alright, we
fortitude
still-
save. Yeah,
Yeah.
almost forgot about that.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Seems that your body dealt with the situation, and that's that.
Digested the spoiled
Ate,
boys.
ate the spoiled boys, yeah.
I'm very glad that you didn't vomit up a bunch of insects.
Ugh.
Alright. So you guys make it to the top here. There's a little bit of a curve in the cliff and a little bit more height before you, but now you're on a flat surface up here. With the clouds all around and some sort of light snow coming through the air. It's a little too big. There we go, smaller snow.
Kibu would not be back for this one.
Yarmouth is crawling on all fours, just desperately afraid of falling even here.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we looking at here?
You're
Let's go.
looking out ahead of you, and there is this sort of large plateau sort of space on the top here that's easily able to be walked around on. But above you, just a bit more like 10, actually 20 feet up on another cliff edge, is a tower that rides jaggedly into the sky about another 2 stories up there. Seems like it may have been even taller at one point, but many of its sort of features and edges are sort of cleft and broken from what is perhaps just time. Much of it even seemingly fallen away as there's little bits of rubble and other stuff from it. But you guys can't see inside or what's truly going on with it without rounding the corner just a bit here.
It's like a tower, right? Not like a small hut.
Yeah, it's a tower.
I'm very-
Wow. Just
Really?
imagine what it would have taken to build something like that.
I mean,
It's a trial just to get up here.
there's lots of rocks everywhere, at least.
That was some of the most fun I've had in a long time. We should do it again.
Maybe with better gear for Yarmos' sake.
Hope Yarmouth is ready to climb back down again.
I've got ways to handle the going back down part. Don't worry.
That's interesting.
What's interesting?
Maybe don't rush into the building, because I see a nest in there
As you are
with a
looking
few
up,
eggs.
you're seeing the edge of what is, a nest, sort of on the second story of the building that seems to still sort of be half sort of constructed there, half sort of stable. There is a nest, yeah.
Suppose we'll have to do our best not to disturb it.
We can take a look.
Mhm.
It's worth checking at least. What if it's like some sort of rare bird or something?
Oh, at least it's not a spider's nest. I was seeing a theme with the area around Varnhold.
I mean, it could be flying spiders.
As you guys are here, what are your exploration activities? And if it's search, roll your perception.
I'm on scout, as usual. Movie.
That's the wrong button.
My exploration activity is slicing things.
Mm-hmm. Giraffe. Despite those visions still at the edge of your, senses, those predators of the master trying to distract you, You're keenly looking not at the tower itself, but at your surroundings. And you do see a shape in the clouds, giving you just a moment. Something is approaching.
We have company coming in. Parenth, just don't be on the edge of the group. You don't seem to fare well lately.
Yarmo leaps to his feet and stumbles around in vertigo at the warning, but
Can I make out like its shape? Like obviously it has wings, but
You can't make out much in the moment that you have, as you guys sort of reorient yourselves a little bit. You do see, however, at that point, the clouds begin to sort of be parted by these massive wings that would be far, far bigger than any wingspan you've ever seen. On black feathers, this yellow-beaked and taloned great eagle of some sort flies into the scene, sort of screeching out, and immediately darts towards the tower above you.
Wow.
Sort of makes its perch there, with a bit of the tower even crumbling just at its perch, as it peers down at all of you, quite tentatively.
oh, it's big. Is that like the actual tower here that it's perched on?
It's a part of the
In the
tower. It's not
image?
that big, but it's quite big, yes.
for as curious as I am for what that tower could contain, even I
Eggs.
think it's a bad idea to mess with it. Well, I mean, aside from the eggs, like there's a tower on a mountain. It's got to have a purpose, something that may even interest us.
Can I do a recall knowledge on what this is?
Roll me in nature, yeah.
Would I be able to make something out about this tower based on how it was built?
Crafting.
I morphed my glaive into a bow staff to make it look less threatening, and I just kind of.
Hey, does anyone have that
Roll
bow?
it. I also need to reroll it anyways because I am stupid.
That's okay.
I'm gonna grab the skybolt out of the party inventory.
Sure. Guys, this tower looks very old. It's older than anything you've even seen in the Stolen Lands here. You just can't get a closer look, of course, because of the threat facing you. Parenth, you haven't seen anything like this either. It must be a rare and dangerous creature itself.
You also like to make that recall knowledge check as well.
Much the same, Yarmus. You're not quite sure what this is, what you're truly dealing with.
Okay.
Whatever
Yeah,
it is,
do
it's
you-
beautiful.
Do you speak bird, Kiba?
Why would I speak bird?
Well, why would I speak Aklo?
What does that have to do with birds?
Its weight on the tower there sort of leans down, screeches out once more in warning. Doesn't seem like it wants to fight.
I take
It's
a
also-
step back and kind of try to bow to it a little.
Not happy you're here. Kiba. Roll me a diplomacy check, I'll say.
While he does that, the main reason I think it's a bad idea to instigate this bird is it's easily big enough to pick one of us up, and given how high we are, it would have no trouble dropping us to our doom.
Gosh.
Something about your movements, Kiba. It takes not as care and caution, but as some sort of threatening gesture.
No.
Uh-oh.
It sort of leans down, its piercing eyes, and screeches out before fluttering into the air, jumping up into the air, and seemingly now diving for the group.
No.
No!
How fast does it take to attune to something? Or invest, I should say.
What are you trying to invest?
Well, I was thinking about investing to that ring of charm animal, but I think it's a little too late now.
It would be too late, unfortunately. So,
It would also be hostile to you and probably chase you to the ends of the earth until you're dead.
That's fine.
as the bird takes this as a threat and not any sort of, well, peace offering. Yeah, it doesn't look too happy.
I have a feeling we're gonna get thrown off the mountain.
I'm seriously like gonna cry or something because I do not want to fight this, but I also don't want to I don't want you guys to die.
I
You have
didn't
no
want to
clue
fight
if,
it
like-
either. I was getting ready to
yeah.
walk away. Really. Got a 41. Guys,
Unfortunately,
we need...
Well, at least one good thing will come for us from at least temporarily knocking this thing out, and that is that I'll get a look at this tower.
and as it sort of thrusts itself into the air, it will make this strafing attack down upon Kiba and perhaps somebody else. Yes. On Kiba and Giraffe. As it
I'm okay
slices
with
by
this.
with its talons, it has a massive enough reach to avoid your reactive strikes, in fact.
Ugh. So I can't make an opportunity attack against it?
Not with this flying strafe, no. 15 feet of reach is able to sort of slice down. Oops, that should be in public. And, well, it's going to be a crit against you, Kiba.
Okay, that's cool.
Its
It
claws,
gets a crit on a
talons,
3.
slices in for 54 points of damage to you, Kiba. Let me quickly fix the chat there. There we go. And we'll also go for just the same against Giraffe.
Okay, I'm gonna
Oh.
put the thingy on that one.
Critical
Oh,
against
fun.
Giraffe as well. 44 damage there, but Giraffe able to resist some of it as this glimpse of redemption does get thrown out from Kiba.
Practically begging you to withdraw. You know, not you, but the bird.
As a second reaction, makes an improved grab upon Giraffe.
No! No!
Oh
No.
boy.
It's definitely. You know what? That's stupefying this one.
Okay. Stupefy.
Hey, when is your getting us down something available on short notice? Do you think we can just jump over the mountain and it won't follow?
Oh. Doesn't grab require a check?
Not with improved grab.
Nope.
No!
It will in the
Come on.
remaster.
It
Don't
will
worry.
in the remaster, but not yet. We don't use those rules just yet, unfortunately. And as it does grab you, it is going to continue that flight at half its speed, drawing you much closer to the edge than you probably would like there. It still hovers about 20 feet in the air there, with now, in its massive claws, Giraffe held by it. That'll be its turn. Gaz, we go over to you.
I will do something incredibly stupid / insane. I will do ye old try to jump onto the back of the monster.
Okay, it's big enough.
That should be a high jump, right?
Mm-hmm. About 20
Perfect.
feet up. So you need to beat a DC 20 if you're getting a running sort of start on this.
I will in fact take a running start, yes.
Mm-hmm. That's perhaps.
Seeing Giraffe get lifted off, Gaz runs up and, with surprising swiftness, knocks himself up from the ground using his mining gear.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Rushing up, sort of getting past Yarmos, jumping up onto the rocks and leaping into the air. This is going to be a DC 30.
is it now?
Yeah, because of a high jump, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Unless you have some gear or ability to change that.
I don't really have anything for that, but I have a hero point, thankfully.
Oh, actually, here. Even on a failure, you leap normally, which, with your athletics check and the distance that you're going, I would say that this still does work, actually.
Oh, thank
Because you don't need
goodness.
to add that extra 5 to vertical leap there.
Alright. In that case, I will save my hero point and use my final action to strike into it from above.
Okay. I'm going to require an athletics check also to grab onto this thing.
Oh boy.
Because if you're going to be holding on, you got to be up there.
Yeah, that's something I'm wondering. Because I know it's going to try to just drop me off the cliff, but am I able to, like, I'll ask him my turn.
You could, yeah. But Gaz, you're able to get a strong grip onto the creature. And in this position, since you are up here, you're going to be flat-footed, but it will be flat-footed to your attacks. That was the sort of a free action, sort of part of the jump and stuff like that, so you still have 1 action remaining.
Alrighty. As mentioned, I will beat into this thing and hopefully knock it to the ground.
Okay. Battering strongly into it, 35. Make sure to target, but that is a success on the hit.
Oh, jeez.
13 damage to it. Well, it takes the blow and sort of screeches out. Hurt it, but not much else. It's gonna be you. Parenth, over to you.
How far away from it is, or how far away am I from it?
Remember, you can just hover over a creature while you have your own token selected. It'll tell you the distance.
Square root of 500 feet. No.
Okay. Well, Kiba stupefied it. I need to stop this thing from trying to get away.
Okay.
Come on, a 1. I was so close to a 1.
Oh my
Not
gosh.
too high, but it's still going to be racked with uncontrollable laughter as sort of this strange, sort of calling, choking laughter comes out from it. Not sure how much it'll be effective, but maybe.
Last action, I'm gonna try to recall knowledge again.
Mm-hmm.
1 second.
You're still not able to tell much. This creature is very much beyond your knowledge.
Alrighty, that's all I can do.
So, we go over to Giraffe, held aloft 15 feet in the air, sort of underneath it by its claws. What do you do?
I'm worried about falling. Either when it drops me or now. Can I make an athletics check to grapple it? Not to, like, actually... Wait, hold on. I have Titan Wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, though, this creature is more than 2 times larger than you. It is not
Up to
a
3
large...
sizes larger.
Oh, is that what... I thought it was 2 times. Let me look.
Oh wait, no, that's only if I'm legendary.
Yeah,
It's
only if
2.
you're legendary. Mm-hmm.
Okay, no, I can't. So can I even do like a check to hold on if it tries to drop me?
It'd be a reflex save.
Oh, okay.
Well, right now you're not like over the edge, so.
No. Can I make? I'm gonna.
You can escape.
I'm gonna tell it this was a bad idea. I'm going to at least give 1 stab at it.
Okay. A slice towards it, though, that will miss.
Shoot. I'm gonna try an athletics check to get out of its grip now.
Okay, this is at map -5.
Yeah.
Natural 20, though. You put all your strength into this as you see it pulling you towards the ledge there, and you're able to free yourself, though it does mean that you're going to fall those 15 feet. And land into the snow.
I'm fine with that.
You take 7 damage and end up prone. Pulled free from its clutches.
For one more action, am I able to just... I'm trying to consider whether it's worth using this bow we just got, the Skybolt, but it doesn't have any runes on it. Probably not.
It does.
It has it innately has like some pluses to it.
Yeah, +1 strength.
Oh, it already has potency and striking. Okay, I'm going to drop both my weapons, and I'm going to equip the Skybolt.
Okay. Just charge longbow in your possession here.
And that's all 3 actions, I think.
Alright. Yarmos.
I was looking through these rules again, but I know that you can apply more than 1 poison to 1 ammunition or 1 weapon, but can you like override it with a new poison by just...
Yeah.
Okay, then he... Gotcha. Yarmos is going to shuffle over by Giraffe's side with a bit of distance, and then he's going to drop both the Drake Heart Mutagen and the Skunk Bomb he already had prepared at the start of battle, and then he's gonna valet into his hands a Warp Wobble Poison and a energy mutagen, and he's going to use his last action to apply the warp wobble poison to the arrow currently knocked in the skybolt for Giraffe.
Okay.
That's the first turn.
So with that poison being applied, sort of that purplish textured thing on the end of the arrow there. Kiba, we go to you.
This is so disappointing. So that's 25 feet up from us, huh?
From you.
Yeah. A little brutal. Well, what I can do is do my singing thinging.
Alright, just trying to inspire your allies a little bit further in the face of this creature.
What a huge emanation. Good grief.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so not a whole lot I can do melee-wise. So, okay, so pointing at it, 20 feet up. Okay, so it's 25 feet from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I could just do that.
Sad bird noises.
Very, very sad noises.
Fire a bolt of phasing energy there. And with another natural 20, you guys are going to need these, so roll the damage, it'll take double. Slashing into its side, make that 24 damage to it. You guys have scratched it. There's some blood coming out from the feathers there, but it's a massive creature and probably has a lot more health where that came from. So, that'll be you. As we go back to its turn, Giraffe freed from its clutches, but now Gaz on top. It is going to... It is going to make a dive down across the group here, still chortling a little bit from that hideous laughter there. And as it makes this dive, it'll land on the ground, seemingly getting back closer to its tower because it doesn't want to leave that behind there. It's going to make a beak strike point blank with Kiba, and will certainly hit with that critting, even. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of damage. A lot on those d12s.
Let's go to Talon Peak, guys. It'll be fun.
As it lands and just pecks down into you, you're crushed into the snow and earth from that as it rips its beak out from you.
I just wanted to be friends.
They'll make a strike at Parenth with the Talon.
Do you think we can still run?
Hits Parenth.
We can't just
24.
leave Kiba. He has a +2 striking.
I'll get him up on his feet. But, well,
That'll be its
let's
turn.
consider.
Gaz, taking along for the ride there. You have a strong enough grip there, and you're just fine actually where you are.
Excellent. On account of not being able to do it last turn, I will now proceed to overdrive.
Uh-huh.
And
Just barely not as a critical success, but still get the gears going. They still pump up the electricity there.
unfortunate. And he will then continue to lay into it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully someone else has Kiba. I will reroll that.
Sure. Going for one more, unfortunately. You're
Wow.
wobbling there. Focused on getting your gear going. You couldn't make a good strike in.
25 doesn't hit.
Boy. I will use my last action on a map attack.
Okay. But a battering blow will certainly miss, though.
That's my turn.
With Kiba not doing too great. Parenth, we go to you.
Trent's casting invisibility on himself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's honestly a good idea.
My third action, I'm drawing the wand to heal out.
Okay. Just go invisible there, whipping yourself away from their visual knowledge there. Giraffe.
Okay, time to learn how this bow works. First, I'm going to use an action to get up. Then I want to strike it with the Skybolt, but I'm seeing activate 3 actions, interact 1 point per day. Is that a...
That's a unique ability once per day.
Make a strike. Okay, but it takes 3 actions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not doing that this turn then. I'm just making a strike against it.
Okay. Skybolt charged. You sling off a shot towards it. 16. Total of 30. Because you're within volley distance?
Shoot, I forgot about that. I was going to use an action to move away.
It's still going to miss.
Frick.
Goodbye, Warp Wobble.
As the arrow careens off into the distance.
I knew I was forgetting something.
You do have
That'll
one more
hit.
action.
I'm going to stride.
Rushing into the snow at the corner of the tower here, or this mount
Some
here.
distance.
Alright. Yarmos, over to you.
Yarmos interacts to pick up the skunk bomb he had dropped here, and then he's going to make a strike.
Okay.
That's for the will save later. The fort save later. Just did an actual strike.
If it fails its save, crit fails even. What would be?
Sling it
great.
off. 10 on the dice is going to miss. You're going to take the splash. There's only 2. A little bit of that poison hits it. Going to roll its fortitude
Let's
save.
see it.
Which is going to critically succeed quite easily with a
Yeah,
massive
wonderful.
creature of its stature.
Alright, well, since Parent has gave up, Yarmos going to hurry over next to Giraffe, waving the energy mutagen in his hand.
Okay. Now over to Kiba. You're in dying 2, unconscious. Just need a recovery check. Which you do just succeed. You're down to dying 1, so far and away from true death at any point there.
I'll take it.
But now, we go back to the Great Roc. This Talon Peak bird here.
The rock.
I can smell what the rock is cooking.
It's going to make a quick beak strike, straight for where it thinks Parenth is. But it's only going to hit. Even though it does find Parenth just with this massive sweeping strike, it doesn't do nearly as much to Parenth as it's sort of a glancing blow to him. And then it's going to sweep back with one of its wings, trying to throw Gaz off. So it's going to make an athletics check against you guys, sort of buck you away with a shove. And it will shove. It will throw you 10 feet back. And since you are on a huge creature, huge creatures take up 4 squares. Since it's sloped back, it'll be like 15 feet that you were up, so you take 7 damage and are knocked prone from the fall.
Ow.
So you're thrown down there. One more thing, it'll make a strike at Gaz, actually, with a sweeping talon with its reach. 6 on the dice will just barely hit because you're off guard while you're prone there. With an agile strike, they take 25 damage from you. That's going to be its turn.
Horrible.
So, Gaz, we start back with you.
Well, I will immediately unprone myself.
Mm-hmm.
I will probably also lose that off guard from holding onto it. I hope.
Oh, it's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Right after I dropped my weapons.
I will then simply use my reach to strike at it from here.
Go for the strike. You have a little bit of an advantage because Parenth is distracting it at the front there, but a 9 is going to miss.
I will reroll that.
Okay. Dealing with something perhaps a bit out of you guys' league.
Wow.
This is certainly going to miss as well.
I will keep on gambling. I will map attack.
Okay. Almost natural 20 went to the 8. It's going to miss. So
Map
once again,
attack number 3.
throws its wings out to rebuff any of your attacks just by the sheer sort of wind that it can throw in your direction. Unfortunately, 18 is not going to hit because of the map attack.
I hate everything. It's my turn.
Mm-hmm. Parent, over to you now.
I am going to try to use this.
Alright, that'll be a either nature or religion check to trick the magic item. Fail by 2.
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay. Just try to coax this energy out. It's sparking, but you're finally able to get that healing energy pouring out down to Kiba. Should be a total of 39. Get Kiba back in the fight here.
And that will be all 3 of my actions.
Does that end invisibility or no?
No.
It's not a
It
hostile
is not a
action.
hostile action towards
Cool.
the creature itself. A healing action towards allies is fine. But anything else that's like helping a little bit or aid actions to an attack, that would still get you out of invisibility. I'm pretty strict about it. But, Parent, that also means that your hideous laughter dropped off the creature as it stops chortling and sort of steals its gaze towards you guys.
Yeah.
Giraffe.
Are you planning on moving?
Okay,
Are you-
I'm going to move.
Are you planning on moving, Giraffe? Okay, can
Yes.
you like delay until after my turn so I can feed you the
Okay,
munition?
I will.
Okay.
Gotcha. Wonderful.
Need some teamwork
Uh,
here.
Yarmos feeds the mutagen to Giraffe. I don't imagine the flavor really mattering in the situation unless the Roc can breathe fire or something.
Just go with lightning, electricity, I guess.
Okay. Weapons fused with a little bit of electricity.
Yarmos is then going to valet another warp wobble poison and another skunk bomb into his hands, and then he's gonna apply the warp wobble to Giraffe's next bolt. And that's it for his turn.
Okay.
Cool.
Those applied. Giraffe, we go to you.
I'm going to walk back so I'm not too close.
Mm-hmm.
Target the rock, and I am going to make a strike with the skybolt.
Okay. Slinging off this shot, keeping your distance for once in a while. 13, though. Certainly does miss.
Going to hero point that.
You're not the most proficient with Skybolt.
I've got some learning to do. Oh, come
It's
on.
going to miss.
I'm going to do a map attack.
Okay. You got a -5 on your attack rolls because you're not using your chosen weapons with your usual strength. They're -4, I think. So it's not
Oh,
going to be an
it's
easy
-5.
shot for you.
26 doesn't hit. I need to debuff it somehow. Something.
Kiba,
Get out of here. Climbing's not going to be fun.
you
Okay,
awaken.
stand up. And as much as I would like to heal, first things first, I think, is to put some distance between me and the tower.
Okay. As always, guys, it's okay to coordinate. Even out of your turn, you guys can communicate on what your plans are.
If we should probably consider running, but
I would certainly like to do that.
I mean, the question is if it's gonna follow us, how far it's
Yeah.
gonna follow us, and if it's gonna run us off the mountain, or if we can just get a good distance away to climb down safely.
It keeps trying to return to the tower, so if we get away from the tower, maybe it'll stop fighting us.
It's worth a try.
We get there on one move.
Mm-hmm. Sliding over that rock.
And I'd say about there. I don't like being close to everybody, but the alternative is being really close to it.
As you get there, because it's not laughing anymore, it makes a winged rebuff towards you. Which means a reaction strike when you leave its distance there, just with its wings sort of thrown out towards you at this huge distance on its reach of 30. This massive wingspan hits you in the back for 17 points of damage there, Kiba.
Okay, that was 3 move actions.
Okay. Going back to the rock, still very angry at you guys' encroachment upon its territory. It slams a beak down towards Gaz, which will only hit. These guys are able to sort of see this coming, diving out of the way, still taking 26. It will make a quick Talon strike there. And this Talon strike will be a crit. Take another 58 points of damage. It cleaves that Talon into you guys. Unfortunately, it puts you down to 0. Sort of fallen and leaning over the edge of that small embankment there. Parenth. It's holding its ground right next to its tower. It's going to make a strike and natural 20 against you through the invisibility. You take 46 more points of damage there, Parenth. You also see the blood striking into the earth as it... Parenth falls, though invisible. That'll be the end of the creature's turn. Yarmus and the rest of you sort of fled away. Unfortunately, the creature had plenty of time to strike down your allies. Yarmus, what do you do?
Oh boy. Yarmus is gonna drop the skunk. Actually... Yeah, Yarmus is gonna...
I just want to clarify something really quick. So being downed while invisible, does that mean that they have to succeed like a flat check to interact with me?
Yes.
Wonderful.
DC will be lower
but
because of the snow.
Feeding elixirs to an invisible creature and missing the concealment doesn't waste the elixir, would it?
I'll say no.
Gotcha. Alright. Yarmus is going to drop the skunk bomb, then he's going to have his familiar valet out an invisibility potion and a elixir of life, and then he's going to quaff the invisibility potion.
Okay.
And that didn't give me the effect. Wonderful.
Yeah, don't press the use button on anything but healing potions. Either way, you can just
Wonderful.
right-click your token, go into the status effects, and find invisibility. You'll be good there.
Gotcha. Alright. I'll do that during someone else's turn while Yarmos starts to run over to the dead people.
Okay.
Is it Bear's turn?
So with that, footprints through the snow and your invisibility. Giraffe, we go over to you.
I'm going to interact to activate the once per day ability because there's nothing else that's going to make it easier for me to hit.
Okay.
So if I hit, it's going to be affected by sudden bolt.
As you raise the sort of bow into the air, it's sort of like that animation in Dark Souls where they aim up and then forward with the great bow. Sort of what I was thinking with this. You charge it up as over the course of 6 seconds and then twang it off with a released shot with this lightning bolt crashing out from it. 11 won't do it.
That.
Almost.
Come
A
on!
natural 20. Went to the 2. As that lightning bolt shot streaks by, it's able to use a wing to rebuff the strike, and unfortunately it misses.
And that's all 3 of my actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was worth a try.
Well, time to get away from your location. Jeez.
I'm trying to draw its attention, okay?
Fair enough. I'm gonna go there and try to save Gaz.
Okay.
Pick up my weapons if you can.
Okay, Gaz is 50 feet. I believe that's in range.
Yep, he's 45 away from you.
Ooh, him the 2 action. Shoot. Can I afford it? I can't afford not to do that.
It's also 30 feet on your hymn.
It's also 30 feet on my him, so I don't think I can get him this turn. That's cool.
You can just stride.
How high up is the cliff? Oh god, if I'm at the cliff, you could just... Okay, so I'm gonna have to get around this rock. The stone rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I need to get like cover and stuff. Ugh, this is scary. that rock's probably so I could probably get about there with clambering over rocks.
Mm-hmm. Clambering over, getting around the side, trying to keep out of its line of sight as it scans for any enemies. The only one apparent to it is right now Giraffe.
Do 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 do.
So keep
Right now, let's see.
one more.
So I cannot do a range heal because I need 2 actions for that. But I can try to move to stay within 30 feet of you, or heal myself. Might actually not be a bad idea.
You got 30 feet and got a little bit of cover there.
Hopefully, I'm only going to need 2 focus points for this, or just the 1 for you.
And hands on yourself. Trying to keep yourself healthy so you can heal your allies in the future. Does a little bit for you. As we go over to Gaz.
Oh boy. Dice. Don't fail me now. Oh boy.
11 fails by 1. You're dying 3. You're very close to passing.
Excuse me. I hit the wrong button there.
Yeah, no burn. But that's you. Parent. So you're struck into the snow there. You succeed, you're stable.
I'm still dying 1 because I went down to a crit.
Didn't you recover last time?
No, this is my first
Oh,
time
right,
being
right,
down.
no, yeah. I was thinking about keep it there. So you're dying 1, yeah. Still not stable yet, but as you're sort of fighting for your life, the rock leaps off from its perch there and flies over towards Giraffe, sort of landing in that sort of open patch of snow there. As it leers over you, Giraffe, it is going to make a simple beak strike, slamming down into you with it. With a 2. That hits, but doesn't
That's so
crit.
Done it
insulting.
too.
That's so insulting.
32 points of damage. Then strikes with a Talon for its final strike. 18,
That's so
unfortunately,
insulting.
is going to be a crit. For 52 points of damage. Take this nasty gash right across your chest. But somehow you're still
Not
standing.
down yet.
Distracting you for your allies just enough. Yarmos, we go to you first.
The invisible kobold, an invisible kobold reaches out and uses their invisible hand claws to search for an invisible dragon's mouth.
Since there is a sort of like a little bit of the snow that belies his place in the snow there, it's a
Right.
DC 5 flat check, I'll say.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're able to find him.
There we go. And then you're almost gonna feed that elixir of life to him.
Alright, grabbing him by the snout and getting him some healing.
I'm not healing the rock.
That's fine, yeah, of course. So 18 points for Parent there. So resuscitated, back in the fight, at least for him. Is that your turn, Yarmos, or...
Yarmos uses one last action to valet 2 more elixirs of life to his hands.
Okay. So, Giraffe, going over to you.
It has opportunity attacks.
It seemed only when you surpass its wingspan that it made that attack. Like Kiba, only at the furthest point was struck.
I have my main gosh. Not the bloodthirst. How did I drop that? Anyways, I have 3 actions. I'm going to take out the main gosh. I'm going to... Let me look at Twin Parry. Does it require I have a weapon in my other hand?
I believe it would, yeah. You can still twin strike with your, like, unarmed attack. Like, I think no, actually, no. It's you're wielding 2 melee weapons. You have to have melee weapons
Okay.
in hand for both of these.
Okay.
I am just going to parry then. Single parry.
So
I
the
do
bow
not-
can't serve as an improvised melee weapon, can it?
Improvised melee weapon is different from a melee weapon. Like, a melee
Ah,
weapon is
gotcha.
equipment item in the rules, essentially.
Understood.
I think.
But yeah,
Either way,
I'm
that's
gonna
how it
parry with the main gosh, and then I'm going to stride 20 feet this way, 20 feet, 5 feet that way. That's my turn.
Okay. So rounding the side there, waiting to see what your allies can do as well. Kiba, we go over to you.
I do a hit and run on Gaz.
Yes. A drive-by shooting again. Yeah, no. As you are actually running over there, though, the
Bring it
Talon
on, or
Peak
don't,
Roc notices it and makes a winged rebuff towards you. Does hit, but doesn't crit. So it's not going to be too much from that wing buffing into you for 19. That lay on hands kept you up. Land hands and guys to keep him from death's door. So, speaking of, actually you have one. Oh yeah, you're running. Okay. Further away.
There we go.
Let me see. Gaz, awakened. We go to you.
Oh boy.
The tower is right next to you, and those eggs are right there. Amongst other
I feel like that would be
gear.
a really, really bad idea right now.
It just catches your eye, you know, giving you all your options.
Maybe the eggs are actually its weak points and you'll weaken it by destroying them.
I will stick around simply because I have some good healing in case someone needs it. I will pop my Bracelet of Dashing for first off.
Alright. Just keep in mind, if you're just bouncing yourselves up and down and you don't really have a plan, it's gonna keep downing people.
How does the rock look? Does it have its attention in this direction?
Right now, it's focused on Giraffe because it had seen you fall and doesn't see anybody else really next to the tower.
Okay,
I mean, there was that one time that we discussed the plan of let's run away, and some of us said yes.
yes, I will like stick around in a position that allows me to like quickly run away, but I will try to like hide inside the tower, like around this corner if possible.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, you stand up from prone as single action, and then go in here, second
Yes.
action, third action, hide. So roll your stealth check.
Oh boy.
Part of me hopes
Well,
you
you're in-
fail this so I don't get killed.
While you're in there, you can like try to
Should be
inspect the
blind,
tower.
yes.
Yes, that was also an idea I had for my next turn.
Does need to be blind, Gaz, for the stealth
Nope.
check. Otherwise, you could be like, oh yeah, well, they know I'm here, so I can just do whatever, you know. You are not
Yeah, you
sure exactly if it knows or not. So,
It's my turn.
Parent, awakened as well. What's your plan?
Oh, I want to run. To do that, I need to get up.
Visible lasts for 10 minutes, you'll be fine. Corvus, I have to ask, if I just like make a straight run for it, are you gonna say that I lose the weapons that I dropped?
I would unfortunately have to say yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna have to go for them.
It's a situation where they'd be essentially stuck here with a very hostile bird.
I am gonna have to make a run for it.
Alright. So,
That's
rush
it.
down there. Catching up to Kiba there. We go to the rock. It looks at Giraffe, but it also did notice Gaz going inside, so it immediately
Oh, no.
rushes off in that direction to protect its nest and those eggs within. Sort of flies up, and as it's here though, it's having a tough time striking down at you guys, so I'm gonna say that you're having greater cover as it's trying to get these talons down into the tower at you. It's trying to reach in, claws scraping
No
against
way.
whatever,
Hmm.
but that's going to be a crit.
Greater cover, he says.
Doesn't matter for this, I suppose. You take 58 more points of damage as it claws into you there. As a third action, it will then, seeing you downed, jump up 30 or 10 more feet to sort of perch onto the side of the tower here, watching out for any other sort of threats to it, planning its next move. Yeah, Yarmos, we're over to you.
I can't believe you did this to me.
You can
Yarmos, are you
keep on
gonna go
running, don't
heal?
worry.
Are you gonna heal Gaz? Grab my weapons, run.
I'm deliberating.
You can leave me, don't worry.
There his eyes.
Go get him. Go get him.
Alright, Yarmouth is going to hurry off into here.
Okay.
Then he's gonna use an action to feed one of his elixirs of life to Gaz.
Mm-hmm. Kind of sort of sliced into in the corner there. Dying 3. Unless he gets some healing, of course. Which he does here. Quite easily. 20 healing. He's back up.
Yarmouth is going to feed the other one to Gaz as well.
Okay. Staying behind?
Just as an FYI, it's 8:30.
Mm-hmm. More hero points.
Hero points, wonderful.
Maybe use that to prevent yourself from dying instantly? Question mark.
Maybe.
Hold on, like sturdy
Yarmouth's turn.
Pokemon, just like one health holding on.
Sorry, I can barely see my white buttons for next turn because of the white snow, so struggling with that. But,
Okay.
Giraffe, over to you.
I'm gonna stride, hobble over, pick up my weapons. How many actions would that be? to
Single
pick up
action.
both? For both of them?
Yes,
Or each.
because
Okay.
I had a terrible experience that I've told many times about playing a dual-wielding ranger who had to spend all 3 actions getting up from prone and then picking up both weapons.
I mean,
Okay.
logically, if you're just like swiping them to put them in your bag, you could probably grab them
Yeah.
with one hand.
Then I'm going to use my last action to stride again in this direction.
Mm-hmm. Stride down there. Under the watchful gaze of that creature, Kiba... is there
I'm not
anything
taking an aggressive stance towards it anymore. I am getting out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it understands that.
Probably would have been better up on the rocks. Speaking of rocks, I'm just gonna follow the cliff. Keep up against the side, so it hopefully can't. Well, I mean, it can't reach me anyway because there's a wall.
Mm-hmm. Sidling
But
along the
basically,
edge.
just kind of wait out of kind of try to wait for folks.
Okay.
I mean, there's not really a whole lot of. I mean, I could leave. I'm Skyborn. I could leave. I just
Slowly just
it
jump.
doesn't quite seem right at the moment.
Parent.
Can I like see Gaz's foot?
Yes. Yeah, you can see Gaz ran in there and then just... You heard and saw him just get sliced down. Yes. And if you can see them, like if you have your token selected, you can see them, right? Like you can see the token on your screen.
Yeah, I can see him.
Yeah, if you do, then that's viable. Like if I move you here, then you wouldn't be able to see them, I believe. Either way. What's the plan?
I'm going to use Reach Spell and Invisibility on Giraffe
A giraffe.
after I drain bonded item.
Okay.
Giraffe or Gaz?
I'm picking Giraffe for the moment because he's more vulnerable.
Gotcha.
This giraffe also is
Ah.
cloaked in this invisibility against the snowy backdrop here. The only one who's not invisible in the gaze of this creature is now Gaz as we go to him.
No way. I will first off unprone myself.
Mm-hmm.
I will then make a break for it.
Okay. As you rush out of the tower and around the side, it seems like because of the cover, it can't make its wing of rebuff against you as you get down here.
I will use my last action to zip off into the sunset using the gadget skates.
Okay.
So I will move them 80 move, 80
You
in
should've-
a straight line.
You should have used that action to bird
Wait.
the bird.
Wait, hold on.
Give the bird the bird.
You have to go 80 feet like your max distance in a line?
I don't have to. I don't think I have to.
Because isn't like the cliff edge like right here?
It's like up to twice my speed, so I can stop at any time.
Yeah, you can just... They're skates. They're like skis, right? You just like pop these out and start sliding past Kiba here, essentially. But, for the purposes of it, the rock looms up here, sort of clambers its way down in search of anybody else around here. Just gonna go down here, defending its nest. I'm gonna say, even though Yarmus didn't make a stealth check, I'm gonna say it's still going to make a perception check to sniff him out.
Gotcha.
Total of 33. Yarmus, roll me a stealth check, actually. Why not?
Wonderful.
Blind, remember.
Yeah.
I mean, technically my stealth DC is 23.
Yeah, we could work with that too, but I wanted to roll. In the off chance that you succeeded, which you didn't. So it's going to make a beak strike against you as you're in the nest of this creature that's jealously and angrily guarding it. But because you're invisible, it slams its beak into the stone wall, some of it crumbling away, some of those blocks hitting you, but otherwise, no damage to you. It's going to make another swipe, a
Gotcha.
talent strike against you. But once again, because of that invisibility, it doesn't find you. Claws rake against the stone, almost cutting into them. That'll be its turn.
Wonderful.
Now, since the rest of you are running, and we're at the end here of this sort of situation as you're all rushing away, the only thing, Yarmos, is I assume you'll be going through the tower and away instead of out in the open where it can make a reaction strike, correct?
Yeah, but question though.
Mm-hmm.
How many actions is it to perform that crafting check to inspect the tower up close? Is that something we can
A single
do?
action recall knowledge, yeah.
Alright. I'll hopefully being in combat won't like mess with that.
You have a quick glance and sort of memorize what you see here. This looks to be a Talon tower, a Talon army of exploration tower where they placed it here over 1,000 years ago when they explored the region, to maybe have some sort of foothold here. But those days are long, long gone, and all that remains is stone, and what seems to be the bodies of 3 dead adventurers in this place.
Oh boy.
They're
They probably-
invisible. Loot them, loot them, loot them.
You can see some of their items here left behind. One of them, a staff brimming with arcane runes.
I have a mighty need right now.
How many actions is it to? Is it a single action to grab
Single
that?
erect, mhm.
Alright. Yarmus is grabbing Shez the staff.
Okay. You swipe the staff. And then rush out, I assume.
And then run, yeah.
But the full plate.
Yeah. Take the time to drag that out of there. It'll probably come with a skeleton.
Gods, I would love that full plate buy.
Damn, why is it lagging so much here?
I don't know, I just caught that too
Snow.
myself.
It's like all the...
Wow, would you
the-
look at that
the
rock egg
snow.
in there?
There, I'll
Yeah,
check
take
those.
the-
66 bulk.
You've
Yeah,
got
those
this.
rock eggs are very massive. Like, they're the size of your body. Like, your whole body, essentially.
Okay,
unless
so
you can
they're
fit inside
bigger
of it.
than pictured. Not to scale.
Yes. But
But yeah, Yarmus is running with the staff.
with that, with you swiping that away, and you all running, with the rock not sure where those invisible foes are, you guys have sort of forced it to stay very close to its nest, for fear that you guys, in your invisibility, might come along and steal its eggs or something. So, yeah, with that gambit played, you guys rush off down the side of the slope, I assume, to meet up with Gaz and Kiba here.
Yeah, no,
Indeed.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
How much experience do we get from surviving that?
I'm gonna go with none.
Quote unquote circumventing this threat.
360. I'm just kidding.
You've not dealt with the issue.
Oh, cool.
You don't get any experience points for that.
Well, we did remedy the issue of not having the staff that was in there because now we have it.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
We're definitely going to come back and take out this bird. I'm not.
as you guys rush away to the side of the, well, massive stone monolith that is this peak here. I think it's actually that staff that's, like, slowing things down. It all of a sudden got more laggy again with the staff changing hands. It's
Wow.
weird. I think it might be the
Whoa.
module that does the, like, staff setup in your spellcasting page. Either way.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because it's adding all these spells probably.
Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's doing the stuff there. But you guys still have to get down this mountain.
Oh, no.
250 feet as the wind blusters around you.
Just 250
just
feet.
jump,
Just
right?
jump like me.
Follow the
Practically
leader.
not.
Follow the leader in jumping off.
Should I hero point that?
I don't know.
25 5. Oh, I'm hero pointing it.
I have a stupid idea. Would I be able
Okay,
to?
cool.
Would I be able to break my falls just by using the blast boots?
I would say you would roll a crafting check, DC 30.
I mean, my crafting is better than my athletics, so I don't know if I should take that or not.
Question is if it's DC 30 for athletics or not.
Giraffe, you easily sort of like make your way down. Leaving 4 of you still up here.
I mean, if I fail a check, I will also immediately go splat, so I will probably avoid that and go athletics instead.
Okay.
I will hero point that.
Okay. Clamber your way down as well, following Giraffe behind and using those pythons and that sort of network of rope that you already set up here. Makes it a little bit easier as well. The rest of you, though, what are your plans?
Kiba, you can just jump off, right?
Sure, easily. It's only 250 feet.
Here's a really stupid idea. Can I,
Parents cast shrink on himself.
Okay. I will say, in your tiny size, you can sort of like nestle up into Kiba there, and it doesn't affect Kiba's fall.
Can I give this to someone and then they apply that to a square at the bottom of the mountain and then I jump off?
Oh God,
Onto
what the
it.
hell? How the hell do I... Creature or
Wait, is
object that
that
falls on the square.
The
No.
portal, like, jumping gel, basically.
I guess. So, you hand it off, I assume, to Kiba here.
Yeah.
And Kiba.
Okay, so what are the chances I actually get the right spot?
As in...
To
He
put
activated
this stuff down.
It's a 5-foot square.
Where?
It's a 5-foot square. It would be reliant on Yarmers to
250 feet high.
hit a bullseye, essentially. Just you can mark the rest of it with a circle.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I could. Hmm.
I'd say it'd be an,
That's what we
an
do.
acrobatics check, Yarmos, to sort of control your fall to it. The DC would be DC 25.
I have a second colorful coating.
Oh,
With doubling the size of the target, make it a bit easier.
yes. Yeah, it would reduce the DC.
To be
All
fair,
right.
this is a really cool idea. I'm just saying.
It would also be a very hilarious way to die.
Yeah. Well, Yarmis is gonna do that.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
hand it
let's go
off
for
to
it.
Kiba.
Imagine saying, "Oh, my character survived the rock encounter." Wait, but I thought you said your character died. Oh, I died after the encounter.
I set the DC at 25, and I reduced it by 2.
I'm gonna re-roll it then.
Yeah, because of the extra space of it. But okay, so
Thank
you feel
goodness.
yourself like a little bit off, so you sort of like use your acrobatic movement to fall a little bit differently before landing back first onto this trampoline. You all see this very strange effect like that, like he's just like trampolining into the surface of the earth and then just being thrown back up in the air again. And then falls and thrown back up in the air once more. But with a 30, you're able to finally sort of slow down some of those like bounces and come to a rest on this strange red coloring that was on the snow there.
Meanwhile, Kiba's having a bit of a panic attack as he witnesses what exactly this does.
A leap of
Yarmos
faith.
heaves a bit and admits that was actually a terrible idea.
I will say, give yourself 60 experience points for surviving this.
The pity experience.
And
It's
learning
60 experience isn't bad. That's like 5% of a level.
learning perhaps of your mistakes.
Hey, at least we were smart enough to run.
Mm-hmm. That's what you call a optional boss at a place that you guys had every inkling not to go up to.
Are you saying that we shouldn't have climbed this huge wall that was obviously a "don't go up here" kind of sign?
I didn't think it all was a don't go up here thing. I thought it was a, hey, this is an out of the way thing. Maybe you can get some treasure or something, or some historical lore, which would have been cool.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not to say that you guys should be very careful. No, it's more like, well, the difficulty in getting there maybe belies the difficulty in what is at the top. Either way, though.
I was really hoping that we could just kind of non-combat it. Oh well.
We did non-combat ourselves into a neat staff.
Mm-hmm.
Question
Guys.
about the staff, actually.
Yeah.
Why does the spell DC of it seem much lower than my own?
It shouldn't be. It's from your spells, so you can just change the DC to your spells.
Okay. Oh, I figured it out.
Level
So,
10 item. Delicious.
yeah, I wonder why there's a level 10 item up there.
We should go back there when we're level 10. Get some free experience.
If that was assuming that was a severe encounter, that would be a level 13 rock. Wonderful.
I mean, there's 5 of us, one of him.
I mean, the odds
Her.
rolled like catastrophically bad this time around.
Yeah,
A
let's put down the rolls.
No, it
Yeah.
rolled a 2 and it hit, so I don't think that was the issue.
Yeah, it hit me on a 2.
Alright, so how about those blood furrows? Yeah.
If only that rock was friendly, then this would make an excellent diving spot.
This is not a story we share with many people, okay?
Listen, next time we just come back with that weird magical ring and we make friends with it.
The tower
Let-
wasn't
let's-
even.
Do not use that ring.
Let's not spread stories about our horrific failure against the rock.
Right. If we tell people about it, they'll want to climb it too, and we'll just get people killed.
Well, it's more so our reputation. We don't want to be known as failures.
It
We're not
wasn't even
failures. We
related to
survived
Barnhold.
we survived the onslaught of a territorial mother rock. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, I guess we're resting.
As you guys make it to the base of this peak here, hoping that the rock doesn't come hunting, you make a rest.
We didn't take the egg. We're fine.
Yeah. Should be fine.
66 bulk. Good grief.
There were 3 eggs, so that's it. 66
Oh,
in
22
total.
each.
Still a lot. Still a very much lot.
Still more
Yeah,
than my
yeah.
max bulk.
I'm pretty sure that's like at least a larger, huge creature's worth of bulk, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the size of us, it's the size of something 4 times as big as us.
Maybe actually, yeah, the roc is just a massive, massive, massive creature. Like, it picks up cows in one claw, you know.
Kiba is the lifeblood of the party, quite literally, because he allows us to restore full health between encounters.
Yeah.
Sad gas noises.
Hey, gas is
Everybody
still useful
is-
for
Everybody's
treating wounds.
valuable. Everybody is valuable.
You did good, Gaz. You distracted the roc very well.
And we found out that that was completely unrelated to what we were doing. It's just a super boss.
Yeah. They're just out here.
It was kind of fun, though.
So, as a new day arises, there's a bit of a blustery wind that's throwing some of the snow from the peaks down, even though it's not snowing overhead. Where do you guys go from here?
I suppose Spider Fields would be a good choice. Based
Oh
on
yes,
how
I'm
we
ready. Fighters.
handled Spider-Web. Gaz, should you have fixed that +2 rune to keep his weapon, or is that not something we're able to do now?
I think I should be able to do that on a run.
Oh, are you able to do that?
Maybe.
It would take a day, and you can't do it while you're walking.
Dang. I can't do it on a run, but I can fix it.
Requires some delicacy to it.
Well, I suppose we could just hunker down for a day somewhere if you want.
And risk getting found by the roc again.
The roc's not going to chase us around.
We've already established it's territorial.
And we're no longer in its territory.
I think if it wanted to, it can find us from anywhere all over the Stellar Lands.
Wow, it does not like me changing stabs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's lagging. But either way, this actually might be a good place for us to stop, because I
Yeah.
did want to end 30 minutes
yeah,
early
yeah.
because I have stuff to do tonight. Going out having some fun, but yeah, I think this was a good experience either way, dealing with the very easy web lurkers and very extremely hard roc.
It was
No
kind of
pun
fun.
intended.
Guess we were bashing our head against a rock wall.
Get out.
The battle was a terrifying one due to, I think, somewhat of a lack of coordination, but
I can't think
overall,
of anything.
exciting experience.
Our strategy seemed sound. I can't think of anything we would do differently.
Yeah,
With what we
and-
knew at the time.
As I say, like, you guys are absolutely okay to always communicate to each other, even if you're invisible on the other side of a wall. You are still in combat with each other, making plans with each other, shouting, and even anticipating each other's actions. Since you're nearly level 10, you've been adventuring together for years now as a party. So,
Half Morse on the other side of the wall. Communicate.
Kiva would be sad if you all died. All of you.
I'm not gonna say who, but I'd be sad if some died, less sad if others died. Still sad.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna say who though.
And which one of those
Say
are the visions
the visions.
that you'd be sad to see go?
I'd be sad to see any of you go. The difference is how much.
That's messed up. Anyways, thanks for running tonight.
yeah, absolutely. And
I'm learning.
those of you watching, thank you guys for showing up, and for however a little bit short this session was, and however hectic it was with the Talon Peak Roc. But I know what I have for the thumbnail on YouTube now, which is nice. But
Cool.
either way, if you guys liked the maps that you saw during the session, yeah, these are both supplemental, so they are part of my Patreon. Of course, stuff like the Varnhold map and all that is completely free. So if you like them, you can find those listings on the Foundry's listings, or on my Patreon. If you don't use Foundry, you can still use them in any other system with the flat versions that I provide in my Google Drive there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 28. Oh wait, one more thing. Kiba, of course, you stream.
Oh, I sure do. I am Chris Kobold, the player of Kiba here, and I am a retro streamer, mostly retro, and I stream at Twitch TV Captain Kobold on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, usually around 6 o'clock Central Time. Feel free to come by sometime. It'll be fun.
Check it out. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next week.